Yo guys, what is going on? I'm just bringing you guys back here, another anime video here. Today we're doing a whole batch of first impressions like I promised you guys, and I had to actually catch up with all the animes as well as school started, so I apologize for not uploading for about a week, but we will be back with consistent uploads onto this channel as well. So if you guys are hyped, give the video a thumbs up, help me out a lot, and let me know in the comments down below what you think of all these animes. So with that being said, let's get with it. The first batch of animes that I actually had on the list, we're gonna start off with Junketsu. Junketsu is a show that it seems to be involving witches, and witches seem to be very either sacred or hated, because you can either go to a witch and be protected for like a long time, or you could like go to a witch and then you may not be protected because she may not trust you, and at the same time as well, the church will completely disregard who you even are. So it's like, what can you do after that, you know? What can you honestly really do? So there's a lady there called Maria, and it seems to be as though she kind of caught feelings for this guy, because this guy goes up to her and he's like, I'm going to war and I just really wanted to see you. He didn't ask for a request because there was a family that came and they asked, little girl asked if she could protect her dad, because also going to the same war as that one guy. And it's funny enough because it's interesting, because actually the guy doesn't even ask her for a request. He just straight up says, I just wanted to see you one last time, and he kisses her hand. And to her, that's like a kiss on the mouth. It's like a proposal. She was taking it way too far. It's not that serious. Overall, the show's got really good concept. I like it so far. I like the whole concept of the idea of the show. It's very, very, very cool. I love it lots. I love it lots. It is very, very, very cool. I'm just interested in it. I like the old style, a little bit of it as well. I like how Mario is like absolutely powerful, just sends out a dragon like it's nothing. I love that a lot. And yeah, that's really it. So I encourage you guys to definitely watch Junketsu. Very, very, very good show. There's another show that I was gonna tell you guys about, and it's really, really good, but I forgot what it was called. So it'll definitely come back to me, but I just literally cannot remember what it's called. And the show is so good. But since I'll be looking for that, let's talk about now Testament of Devil, some shit like that. I always forget the name, but that's what it's called, the Testament of Devil. And this show basically involves around a guy named Tojo and the Testament of Sister New Devil. There we go. It involves Tojo, a high school student whose father has suddenly just remarried. His father has departed overseas, leaving Basara with two new beautiful sisters. Little does he know, his new sisters, Mio and Maria, are actually the new demon lord and succubus. Almost trapped into life of servitude, Basara forms a reverse contract by accidents and ends up becoming Mio's master. Hijinks ensure as Basara finds himself in one etchy situation after another. However, Mio's life is in danger as she is pursued by demons and heroes. So it's a very good show, I'm not gonna lie. Literally the first 5 seconds into the show, you witnessed a guy coming into the bathroom and falling on top of her as she's half naked. The red-haired chick was Mio. That's pretty hot. And then he finds out that they're stepsisters because his dad remarries, and then when he's home sleeping, he wakes up with her like on his lap and just like going like busting on his lap. And I'm like, oh my god, what is this? And I love the show so much and everything, you know, it's really, really good. They end up breaking his trust though. They end up like baiting his dad to make him leave the country when they actually just wanted to take over his house so they could become the new demon queen because she's the next heir to the throne. And then they end up finding out that Tojo is no ordinary man. He actually is a hero, and they have heroes, demons, succubuses, gods, vampires, such like that. And he actually ends up saving their lives twice. So he just ends up saying, hey, we're family. I'm not gonna let you go. And there's like a whole family concept in this entire anime, you know? It's like they bring up family a lot in this anime, so I guess it means something to them. So there's that. That show was very, very good. I encourage you to watch that show. I promise you it is so good. I promise you it is so good, and you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed, I promise you on that. There's another one that I want to talk about as well, and it is Samurai Warriors. And Samurai Warriors, I did not think it would be as good as I thought it would be. I'm not gonna lie, just because their name's a little bland, Samurai and then Warriors, you know? But it's a really good show. I'm not gonna lie, it's a really good show. It involves where it's just like politics and everything, ancient politics of like ancient Chinese culture and such like that. And well, they end up finding out that they want to reunite Japan all as one country because it's separated. So they go to war with this neighboring state, and they eventually end up defeating them, and then they unite Japan. And they're all happy and everything. Some people aren't, and it's really, really, really obvious that some people aren't, but they're all like happy and such like that, and you know, they're just skidding around town, and just bad things end up happening. But the animation is amazing, the music is awesome. I love the fighting. The two Sanada brothers can really, really fight. It's really, really cool. And you also get to witness at near the end that I knew it when the king took a sip of the wine. They poisoned the wine. There was two guys standing next to him, and you could see them lock eyes before he drank out of the wine. And it was really sad because the king came to like this conclusion where like, hey, Japan's in peace now. We finally have our dream where we've always wanted, ultimate peace, where Japan is completely reunited all as one country. And it was really, really sad because then the king dies literally 10 minutes afterwards that he reunited it, and then a whole like controversy and other wars about the outbreak and everything. It's a really good show. I definitely encourage you guys to watch that as well. And then the show that I was talking about was called Yoru no Yatterman. Very good show. Easily one of the best shows from this entire arc. Easily. If it had to go, Tokyo Ghoul Death Parade, and then this right here, Yoru no Yatterman. It's a very good show. It involves this mom and these two guys that are like, I thought they're being friend zoned at first, but they're like friends of her husband who are also friends of her, wanted to protect her, and it seems like she's somewhat of royalty because they keep calling her princess from time to time. So I guess his background story behind that, maybe she was supposed to be the princess of the Yattermans, and then she was like exiled or something like that because she lives in the outskirts support area outside of the Yatterman because apparently they're not allowed inside, something like that. They don't have enough money, I don't know, something like that. And she ends up having a daughter, and this daughter really ends up seeing ideals in the way that her mom ends up seeing them, and she raises her with these exact same ideals, that there are people that are heroes, that the Yatterman are good guys, the Yatterman are heroes, and they will save and protect anybody in need. Little do they know though, when her mom is getting sick, they have to go to the Yatterman country, which is right across from them. There's a wall, they gotta get through that, so they get in a boat and they go to that. Little do they know, they see the Yattermans, and I was like, wait, their eyes are red, they're having an evil smile, sketchy! And they end up realizing that they're not heroes. They pull out these guns, and no ordinary guns, they're like laser guns, maybe it's like some sort of attribute of power, but they shoot at them constantly, and then the big guy takes a few blows. I thought he was gonna die, and that would have been really, really amazing had he have died, because the development would have made her completely serious. Little we found out that her mom actually died since they couldn't get her across the Yattermans. They were not allowed and they were banished and sent back. Their mom actually died. Well, her mom actually died, and that was huge development because she now does not view the Yattermans as heroes. She wants to get her vengeance, and she actually wants to go inside of there and change the country, which is weird. I'm like, you want to change the country but not kill them? I don't get it. Maybe she's young, that's why. I thought that when her mom was gonna die though, they would show like 10 years later, she would grow up and then she would do this, but she's just doing it all as a kid. So I can't wait to continue watching this show, see where it goes and leads to and everything like that. Very good promise, very, very good show. Very good show. Another show that I was gonna talk about was actually, I think that was literally it. I legitimately think that was all that I've watched this arc, for the winter arc. I'm still watching more Absolute Duo. I'm gonna try out, Seiken Tsukai no World Break. It's a very good show. It involves where they have these powers of their past lives, and once they awaken their past lives and memorize the memories of their past lives, well, then they end up, opening up all these powers, and then they become really strong. As you can see, literally from 5 minutes into the show, you can witness and see that they already are so godlike strong and end up slaying a dragon with all these martial arts and magic and like chants and everything like that. And then it just strictly goes to them being in school, having no power. So I'm guessing this anime is based off where they just want to show what's going to happen as soon as they learn how to adapt to their powers, and then how they build up to it, which I didn't really like at all. I actually may even drop this show. I just watched episode 1 literally last night, and I legitimately may drop this show. I'm not really liking it. Well, I like it, it's okay, I gave it a shot, that's all that matters, but I'm not really feeling it. I'm not. It's a little generic. You can predict what's going to happen. It's very obvious. It's like Fairy Tail. It's very obvious. You can tell what's going to happen. Like when the main guy Kurama was being beaten up by the bully who actually beat up his sister. It looked to be like in his past life that was his sister. It ended up coming out. She's like, "I'll give you a kiss if you win," and then she's chants the same things that she chanted in her past life. And I'm like, wait, that's very obvious. How the hell did you remember that? Even though like it's coming back, it's like obvious that it was gonna come back at this time. Remember, it was gonna come back at this time. Very obvious. And then he awakens his powers, ends up beating up the bully. The actual headmaster of the entire school where there are saviors comes and witnesses Kurama's power, and he's got like this ancient dragon magic. That's him, since he's a holy knight, it seems to be like in his past life. So then now he's probably gonna be like on his like blue exorcist grind, where they're like worship this guy, or not worship, because in Blue Exorcist they hated him since he was the devil's son, but they're probably going to worship this guy because he's really powerful and his skills will help them out as saviors. So honestly, this show's okay. There's this really hot girl though that really wants him, and her name was like Tuchibara, something like that. I don't know. She's a purple-haired chick, and she really like wants him because apparently in their past life, I think they were like married. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense because in his past life, he made out with his sister, and I'm like, wait, isn't that like incest? Not even stepsister, straight up sister. Wait. And then this girl, Tuchibara, I'm just gonna say because I remember her name. She like starts making out with him, and then in the bar, she stuffs his face in her rack and like starts moaning, and I'm like, oh my god. And he's gonna complain? Oh man. But I think that was legitimately all that I wanted to talk about for all the first impressions. Probably not gonna be doing first impressions for any other shows. I might or might not, I don't know. I was gonna watch Ju Mujin no Fafnir, but I didn't want to try that out. And then Anatsu Koshitsu, which is like that high school show of that weird devil alien kind of looking thing. I didn't want to try that, and I don't want to really get into JoJo's Bizarre Circus or Idolmaster. I don't want to get into a lot of those kind of things. So this is all that I really wanted to give a first impression on. I'm also going to start watching Kami-sama Hajimetsu 2. It seemed like there's a season 1, so I want to watch the season 1 first. It looks like a decent romance anime, but it's got demons and it's shoujo, it's got comedy, so I feel like it could be pretty good. But that's gonna be it though for these first impressions, guys. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And with that being said, I'll catch you all guys later.